Hello there, my fellow gardeners. This is Gardening Zen with another episode that has to do with another experiment that I'm doing this winter. This is the year 2021. It's been an eventful 2020, and so I'm looking forward to a better 2021. Anyway, so this is an experiment that I started. I kind of discovered this by chance. I brought this planter in. It has wheels, and I highly recommend it because it is really easy to transport. If you live in an area where the temperature may drop really, it's just a lot of fluctuation in temperature, and you need to bring your plants inside. But what happened is this planter had a tomato plant, and it had one tomato that was doing really good. And I thought, well, let me bring it inside the garage, and I would use these heat lamps, to give it some heat during the day. Of course, the plant died. Tomatoes really, they do not do well in any kind of cool weather. But what happened was that I had planted a few seeds of cilantro, and I noticed that they started growing, even though it was just this too light. And so I thought, well, that's interesting that they would grow, even though it was pretty cool in the garage. And so what I decided to do, the other thing is they were growing, but they were really tall and leggy, which means that they weren't getting enough light. And so what I did is I bought this car sun shield for the windshield, and I put it around like this, and I brought the lamps a little closer. I moved them around, and I also added radishes. And I thought, well, let's see what happens. And guess what? Look at it. All these teeny weeny ones are brand new. Some of them are cilantro, because in the winter cilantro prices go up, and I like to have them fresh. And so they started growing. And so this is another experiment that I like to share with you. I like to see what else happens. Now, of course, not everything is growing really well. Like the ones that are back here, they're not doing that well. But I'm kind of thinking of adding another lamp that would just be either lower or just on top of it closer, so that it can provide more heat. Or I may just get another one of these shields and put it around this whole planter and just sort of enclose it. But the other thing that's also interesting is this is Petunia, and it's growing. And I'm really surprised, because petunias do not do well in any kind of weather. That's kind of cool. But this one held. This is Creeping Jenny, and it's doing really well. And this, of course, is something, I forgot what it is. Let's see if I have, no, that's not it. I forgot what it's called. I forgot the name of it. But this does not do well in winter, so definitely this died. And I kind of try to cover it with plants and see if maybe the soil would keep the roots warm. But I don't think it's doing that well. And so the Creeping Jenny is doing really well, even though they survive winter, but they don't stay green throughout cool weather. I do have some Creeping Jenny over here, and that one died. This is another, I think it's Bougainvillea is what it is. I'm not sure. I'll find out and then tell you in the next episode that I do, in the next video upload that I do. So I didn't plant anything here. I used to have a Creeping Jenny. You can see here it died. But over here it is doing well. I'm really surprised. Even the Petunia, like I said before. So in my next video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a recap of what's going on. But look, I have radishes growing. My husband loves radishes, and I have a couple. And the cilantro that's closer to the light is doing really well. These are the ones that started out at first. These are the ones that got me thinking of how I can support them with more heat and more light. And this reflection from the shield, I think it's doing pretty well. So subscribe to my channel so that you can see the follow-up video. I do a lot of this little gardening experiment things. I am by far not an expert, but I love gardening, and this is kind of like my therapy. So maybe I should change the channel to Garden Therapy instead of Gardening Zen. I don't know. But anyway, subscribe and leave a comment. See what you think. And let me know if you guys do any experiments of your own throughout winter. That would be really cool to know. All right, thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment. Okay, bye.